welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. So in today's video, I'm going to be presenting you my entire designer bag collection for 2023. By the way, this is actually a video that I do every year. So if you're interested in checking out the version from last year, from 2022, then I will go ahead and leave the video in the little information link over here for you to see it. Basically, I usually sell a few bags, although this year I will say that I didn't sell too many, but I've added quite a few. So if you are curious to see what my current collection is, then please keep on watching. Alright, so I was kind of wondering how I was going to organize this video, and I think that I will do it two ways. I think that I will do it number one chronologically and then by brand. And we'll go ahead and start right off the bat with my favorite brand, which is Chanel. And my latest acquisition at the Chanel store is this beautiful Chanel medium classic flat from the 22A collection in what's called dark pink, in caviar leather and then gold hardware. So one of the reasons why I decided to get yet another medium classic flap, because you will see that I have other ones in my collection, is simply because this color was just too good to pass. What I love about it is that it is a pink that is wearable basically during any season. Like on a nice winter day, I would be comfortable wearing this shade of pink, like especially if the sun's out, if the sky is blue, then this would totally be fine. It's not too in your face. It's not like the type of pink where you're like, you know, bubblegum pink, kind of like super in your face. It's not like that at all. It is discreet, but also not like nude. I didn't want like nude color. So I wanted something a little bit different, and I really like this bag. I feel like for me, this is really the shade of pink that I was looking for. So it is actually not my first pink bag. I do have another pink bag, which is here, which we'll talk about in a moment. But it is my first Chanel pink bag, and I'm really happy that I got it. I also feel like for me, the medium flap is basically one of the best models out there, especially in terms of sizing. If you've been subscribed to my channel for a while, I am 5'11" or 180 centimeters. You already probably know that. So I kind of have to think about, you know, what's convenient for me, what looks good on me. And the medium flap is one of those things where you can't go wrong with it, and especially in this beautiful shade of pink, I'm so happy that I got to add it to my bag collection. In my bag collection, we have this beautiful Chanel 19 handbag. It is in size medium and it's from the 22C collection. I got this bag basically a little bit over a year ago, and I think that for me it was very adventurous to get it. I was very proud of myself because this, as you can see, it is not a caviar handbag, it's calfskin. And I was so worried about using the bag for quite a while. And in all honesty, I'm still worried today. But I think that I've been making like a lot of efforts, and I've kind of, you know, tried to get over myself and to get over my fear of getting this bag damaged. As you can see from the color, it is also the type of color that could be subject to color transfer. Clearly, it isn't white. That's for sure, but it's still the kind of bag that could be subject to color transfer, so I tend to be very careful when I wear this bag. I try not to wear it with dark denims, with dark fabrics. What I particularly love about this handbag, aside from the fact that it's super versatile and easy to wear, is the roominess of the bag. This bag is much larger, especially in width, than the Chanel medium classic flap, so you can just store so many things inside. That's what I love about it. The functionality is really nice, and then it also adds a little bit more of a casual vibe, especially with the mixing of hardwares. So as you can see over here on the top, on the handle, we have gold hardware. This is also a gold hardware, the closure system. But then if we look at the chain and the strap, Over here, for example, it's silver hardware. That's what I really like about it. It's a lot more casual. It's a lot better for like a day, you know, out and about in the city, that type of thing. I've actually done an entire review video about whether or not this bag is still worth it in 2023. So I will go ahead and leave the link to that video and the little information link over here for you to see it. Basically, I kind of talk about whether or not I believe that this bag is a good investment this year, whether or not I still feel like it's trendy. So if you're interested, it will be right over here. So next up in my bag collection, we have yet another medium classic flap. I told you that I had several ones. This one is in this beautiful Tiffany blue color. It's from the 20C collection in caviar leather. What I really like about this bag is the color and how actually the color changes color, kind of depending on lighting. So whether or not you have like natural lighting, whether or not it's like dark outside, light outside, what kind of like direct sunshine exposure you get, this will either be like Tiffany blue or kind of like even more turquoise or even like a little bit to the green sides, like kind of emerald green. So you can have like just one bag and have like 2 or 3 different colors kind of depending on lighting. So at the price point that they are, this is pretty nice because you get to like kind of vary your bag collection with just paying like one time bag fee. So that's what I like about it. I think other than that, like I've mentioned before, the size works for me, so we're not going to talk about that for a super long time. But I am a little bit iffy about wearing it still because of number 1, the price, and then number 2, the potential for color transfer. I feel like, especially because here the price point is a lot more than the Chanel 19. Even though the Chanel 19 is also like in beige, like which is a light color, and there's definitely potential for color transfer, I'm a little bit less scared of wearing it because I'm like, okay, well, I got it for a lot less money. And here I'm like, wow, this is worth so much money, that what happens if you damage it? So I'm still kind of iffy about wearing it, and then moreover, it is a super summery color, so kind of unlike, you know, the dark pink that I told you about earlier, this is not a bag that I would see myself taking out, you know, even on like a nice wintry day. I would pretty much kind of stick with spring and summer for this bag, but it's still such an essential, and it's probably one of my favorite bags in my bag collection because this color is pretty hard to find. It was pretty rare, and it changes colors, so this is a super good bonus for me. My next bag is again another medium classic flap, but this time I do promise that it is the last one. So this one is a medium classic flap in caviar leather in this beautiful burgundy color from the 20B collection. This is kind of like the pendant, or like the opposite, so to speak, of the Tiffany blue that I showed you earlier. So the Tiffany blue is kind of like my go-to option for spring and summer. This is going to be my go-to option for fall and winter. I feel like the shade of burgundy is so beautiful. Burgundy is a color that I really like, and I know that it's not everybody's cup of tea, especially not guys. I know that. I've been given to understand that. But for me, this is one of my like essential colors. Since I love to wear a lot of black and I have a ton of black in my wardrobe, this is one of the colors that like looks colorful, but not too much, if you see what I mean. So I really love to pair this with, you know, any kind of like dark denim, dark fabric, and I've never had a problem with color transfer. I mean, as you can see, like the bag still looks amazing. So that's what I really like about this handbag. It is a little more of a carefree option. I mean, of course, I'm still very careful with it because it's kind of like my baby. You know, I wouldn't want to replace it, or I wouldn't want to have to, I don't know, find another one somewhere on the internet. So I'm still very careful, but the fact that it's like a dark color and it's in caviar leather, for me it's like, ooh, like I can actually breathe. So this is a bag that I have taken out many times, actually. It is probably my most used Chanel bag, and it's still in amazing shape. I mean, I probably wouldn't even be able to tell that this bag has been worn. And that's what I really like about getting a caviar leather handbag in a dark color. We have a totally different bag model. This time it's the Chanel Deauville in size medium. And this is, to be very honest with you, a bag that I kind of regret getting. It wasn't the smartest decision, and it wasn't something that I think that I thought about for long enough. It is kind of a bag that I saw everywhere on Instagram back when it was like super duper trendy. And then I kind of decided to go with it without really doing much research, without really figuring out whether or not this bag was going to work for me. Basically what ended up happening is this bag is so heavy that it is actually impractical. So right now it's giving me an arm workout. I'm carrying it with just one hand. But I mean, I'm soon going to have like a cramp or something. The problem, in addition to the weight, comes from the fact that you need to have a bag organizer in this kind of bag, because I mean otherwise you will never find your stuff. And so that even amplifies the problem of the weight, because you need a bag organizer. It makes it even heavier, and then finally when you start putting stuff in, that's when it's like not even doable. In addition to this, I will say that this bag is very, very bulky. It's very large, and I feel like I'm super tall. But even for me, this bag looks so bulky. Like I'm 180 centimeters or 5'11", which is, I mean, like giraffe tall. I don't think that many people will be taller than me. But even for me, it looks a little bit funny when I'm carrying this bag. It looks like, you know, the bag is too big compared to my size. So this really doesn't work that well. It is a bag that I have been kind of replacing with another bag, with the Dior Bobby Tote. By the way, if you want to go ahead and see a comparison of these two tote bags, then I've done a video on this precise subject, so I will go ahead and leave the link to that video and the little information link over here for you to see it. This was not the best bag decision. I would not advise, unless you know that you are going to use this bag for like maybe a diaper bag or specifically just as a travel bag, because this bag is so roomy. That's really the good point about this bag, is that it's so large and so roomy that it really fits everything. But I mean, unless that's like an actual requirement for you, I wouldn't necessarily get this bag, because I don't even think that I have taken it out even once or twice in the past, like, let's say 2 years. I know it sounds so bad. But the thing is, I'm also not necessarily ready to resell it, because I always think like maybe I will change my lifestyle in a little bit. Maybe, you know, I might need like a diaper bag or something. Not the case at all right now, but you never know. And so that's why I don't want to get rid of it. But if I could kind of go back in time and rethink my decision, then I would not have gotten this bag. My next piece is a Chanel Mini Rectangular in this beautiful limited edition with the CC logos. It is a bag that is in denim, and it is my only denim bag, but I have to say that I love it so much. I would never have thought of myself as a person who would like denim. It is a little too casual for me. It's not really up my alley. I usually don't even have like a pair of jeans. I have, I think, one pair of black jeans, but I don't have anything in like blue denim. So yeah, I wouldn't call myself a denim person, but this bag has like a wow effect. I feel like every time that I have worn this bag, I've gotten so many good comments, I've gotten so many questions about it. This is a bag that I actually wasn't sure about at the beginning. I think that my mom kind of had to like, you know, get me into it. She was like, yeah, you have to get it. It's so unique, it will be perfect. You need this. And I was like, I'm not sure. This isn't exactly my style. And then this has been one of the best bag decisions ever, especially because I got it such a long time ago that I only paid 3,000 euros for it, which, you know, I mean, not to say that it's not a lot of money, because it definitely is, but compared to current Chanel prices, it's nothing. It's like it's for free. So I've been very happy with this bag. The only downside is really the size. This is a little small for me. As you can see, the width is like very thin. And then over here, it's such a small bag that it really doesn't fit that much. That's kind of, you know, a major thing for me because I'm the type of person who likes to leave their house with like a lot of stuff. So this is not making that so easy. I can basically barely fit the essentials, but I didn't see this particular bag in another size. Like I didn't see it in like small or medium, and it wasn't available. I actually did ask. So it was either this or nothing, and I'm so happy that I got this. This is my only mini out of my entire Chanel bag collection, and I think it's gonna stay like this for now, simply because it's not roomy enough for me. And then also, well, I mean, the chain length is really nice and long, and I like that, so it's perfect for me as a crossbody bag. But the bag seems so small that I feel like I'm such a tall person as myself, then it kind of makes it look weird, or it makes the bag look even smaller, or it makes me look even taller. So you get the gist. Not my favorite bag size, but I love, love, love this limited edition. It is really worth it, and it's so nice for the day too. Like when you think that, you know, getting like one of the caviar leather bags out is just too much, you want to be a little bit more casual, but you still want to wear a Chanel bag, then this one is ideal. The next bag that I have to show you from my bag collection is this beautiful Chanel small classic flap in black with caviar leather and then gold hardware. What I really like about this handbag is the depth of the gold hardware. So all of my other handbags, some have gold hardware, like for example the Tiffany blue, but it is champagne gold hardware, so it's not the same thing. This one is like the deep, deep gold, and I feel like it looks amazing, for example, with gold jewelry. So whenever I want to change my jewelry stack, whenever I want to change my jewelry set and switch to yellow gold, then this is really, really nice to match it with. So that's kind of why I, you know, wanted to get this bag in the first place. And I also love the fact that obviously it is black. That really means that it like applies for every situation. I basically can't really think of any situation where this bag would not work. I mean, yeah, sure, if you want to go to the beach, but you know, like no Chanel bags are gonna work for this, maybe the Deauville, and still. But I mean, really anything will work for this bag in terms of like outfit pairings, in terms of occasions, in terms of, you know, weather, seasons. Like this really works for any time of year, for basically all the time. So this is really the kind of bag that I would wear when I don't know what to wear, because it is really hassle-free. It's not carefree, but it is, you know, really, really harder to damage than the other one, simply because, well, color transfer is basically impossible with this bag. And then it also has the caviar leather, so I'm less concerned with like scratches and stuff from my nails because it's caviar leather. So this is a bag that I will reach for often when I'm like, you know what, I know that the bag may get a little bit damaged, or I know that I will have to put it maybe on the ground or something like this, then this would be my go-to. I really love the fact that it's effortlessly chic. And my last piece from Chanel for this bag collection, so that's actually the first piece that I got, is the Chanel Walk. I have mine in caviar leather with black and then gold hardware. This is actually my second bag, but I sold the first one, so I actually used to have exactly the same with the lambskin leather and then the gold hardware and then black as well. And then my mom got me this bag without knowing that I had gotten the same one in lambskin leather. So what ended up happening is that I let go of the lambskin leather one, and now this is my last one. I'm still kind of thinking about selling. It's kind of something that I kind of, you know, go through maybe once every month I'm like, should I sell it? Should I not? I'm kind of undecided. So right now there's actually a book inside to make sure that the bag holds its shape. But otherwise it's pretty like damaged. I think that you can see on this side, the bag is like no longer really structured. So the structure has gone away because I have worn this bag quite a bit. And I'm like, I really don't think that this bag was that good of a decision, especially because the problem for me is the size. So the chain length is perfect. It's even long for me, but then the bag is so thin and that, you know, it looks a little funny when I wear it, because even though I'm really skinny, I think it's the fact that I'm so tall that makes it a little weird looking. With such a thin bag, it looks, I don't know, something looks off. And then it's even worse than the Chanel Mini Rectangular in the sense of, you know, I can't really fit anything in here. I basically have to like put cards in like this. Even fitting like a card holder would be a lot, considering that I also have to put my phone and then keys and all that. So that's really the problem of this bag. I feel like as prices have increased, I've been more and more like, okay, now is a good time to sell it. But then the thing is that prices increase all the time. So I'm like, well, what if I hold on to it for like another 6 months? Then I might, you know, gain another like $300 or whatever from the sale of this bag. So, well, it's still in my closet. This is no longer something that I wear, but it's still in my closet. So I wanted to include it in this bag collection video. So next up in my bag collection, we are switching to a different brand, which is Dior, and this one is going to be short and sweet because I actually only have 2 bags from Dior. This one is my most recent purchase. It is the Dior Bobby in size medium in this beautiful latte color, and it's in calfskin leather. This bag is so interesting because this is, believe it or not, my first white bag. I think that for the longest time, I really wanted to add a white bag to my bag collection, and I was like trying to find the perfect option. And then I stumbled across this one, and I think that this one, for so many reasons, is an amazing option. By the way, if you want to go ahead and see the unboxing of this particular beauty and also hear my first impressions, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. I think that one of the reasons why I was drawn to this bag is, well, number one, it is a crossbody bag. And it is a crossbody bag that works for all because there's different holes, so that makes the strap adjustable. Very practical when, like me, you are super tall. And actually most crossbody bags do not work for me as a crossbody bag. This one, however, does, so I was really happy about this. And then I love the shade of white. I was so like into getting a white bag, but I also didn't want to get it ruined. So that's why I was really scared of getting like a super bright one, like, you know, bright white. This one is kind of more like off-white. The shade is called Latte. And I can see why, because it's kind of more like cloud-like of a color. It's not bright white. And also they have an amazing aftercare program for color transfer. So that really makes it a lot easier on my mind than, you know, for example, say that I were to get like a Chanel Classic flap in white. That's where I would be like, oh my gosh, what happens if I ruin it and it's like $9,000? This bag actually was only $4,000, so that makes it a little easier on my mind to wear it. And also a lot easier to fix color transfer because they have such an amazing aftercare program. So this was my most recent bag purchase, and I'm really happy that I got it. I think that this is an amazing option, especially for spring and summer that are upcoming. I'm so excited to wear it. And the last bag from Dior that I have to show you is the Dior Book Tote. I got mine in size small. It's in gray and white. And I have been loving this bag First of all, I really think that the reason is because this was my first like venture into, you know, the world of white bags. Of course there's white on it, but it's not like a full white bag. So that's why I think that I was a little bit more comfortable getting this bag in the first place, because, you know, I knew that the bag wasn't full white, so the opportunity for like color transfer and damage was less than if the bag had been full white. It is also not a leather bag, so that makes it a little bit easier and therefore less expensive, therefore easier to carry and easier to think like, okay, it's okay if there's a tiny stain, we're not gonna die because it's not super duper expensive. And then this bag is so light. I mean, really for a bag this size, the bag is actually pretty big. It is not as big as the Chanel de Ville, that's for sure, in size medium, but it is still pretty roomy and pretty large. And what I love about it is that it is so lightweight compared to the size of the bag, so it's so easy to carry. I mean, like I've mentioned before, like I've done a comparison video of these two bags, so again, maybe check that out, because if you're interested in kind of, you know, getting one but don't know which one works for you, then it would be ideal to see that video. I really love this bag. For my lifestyle, for me, this one works better. And I have worn it like a few times already this past summer. I'm really looking forward to wearing it. Maybe not even like in the summer, but maybe like in the spring, like even early spring, which, you know, we're gonna get to in like, I don't know, 1 or 2 weeks. I'm so excited to wear it because this is such a nice option, especially for, you know, a casual day, like casual day with your friends, or even a day of like beauty appointments or something like this. Then this would be my ideal bag choice. I think that it's great in the sense that you can carry a lot of stuff. You can be casual but still have a little bit of a chic feeling. And this bag is like really comfortable to carry. It really doesn't hurt your hands or anything. I was kind of concerned about that at first, because I think that my thing is I tend to, like, of course, you know, use it as a handbag, but I also kind of put it like over here on this side of my elbow. And usually when the bag is super duper heavy, then it hurts. But this one is really comfortable, and that's what I like about it. So the next brand in my bag collection that I have to mention is Yves Saint Laurent. And here we have the Yves Saint Laurent East West Tote in black. So this is actually my everyday bag. This is the bag that I use to go to school. This is the bag, so aka work for me. This is the bag that I use to run errands. This is kind of the bag that I'll go on like beauty appointments with, you know, like all of those things that I have to do, like doctor's appointments, groceries, like everything like this. This will be my go-to bag simply because it is lightweight. So right now, even though inside there is a bag organizer, you can see I'm holding it out over here. It's not like super duper heavy. It is very roomy. As you can see, like there's quite a bit of width here. It doesn't seem like it, but the bag is kind of like extendable. That's really nice about it. And then it's so discreet. And this really makes this a perfect work bag. I've actually mentioned this particular bag in a video titled The Best Tote Bags, and I really believe that it is one of the best tote bags out here, simply because it is inexpensive, it is carefree. I mean, I have basically spilled everything on this handbag and it still looks pretty good. It is easy to wear because I got it in black. This works with everything for every occasion. It's light. I mean, this is really one of the best bags out here in terms of value, and it is a bag that I would really recommend if you're looking to get like a work bag, or if you're looking to get like a first designer bag, then this would be a really good option to test whether or not you're into designer brands and whether or not you can take care of a designer bag. So the next little number in my bag collection is this beautiful Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour in size nano in color blush pink. I really like having this bag. This was really one of the first handbags where I was like, wow, I really enjoy wearing this bag. And it was also my first ever summer handbag. And even nowadays, you know, even though I have plenty of other summer bags, I really still go back to this one quite often. And it's because this bag is so easy to wear. What I like about it is, first of all, it has an adjustable strap. You can see there's different holes. That really makes it a great crossbody option, not just for me, but for most people who aren't like 5'5", or for most people who aren't of average height. This is really ideal because you really can adjust the strap any way you'd like. So that's a really nice crossbody bag, you know, if you're like out and about in a city, if you need your hands, maybe for shopping, really for any reason that you may need a crossbody bag, this would be my go-to. Additionally, I know that it doesn't seem like it like this, but this bag is actually pretty roomy. And when you look at it from the sides, you're like, wow, the width is not that much. I wonder how I'm gonna fit stuff inside. But really a lot of things can fit. You can fit like half of a liter of a water bottle in there. You can put like a small face sunscreen, you know, car keys, card holder, all of this good stuff. So it's really a nice practical option for the days when you're exploring a city. And even though like you can fit a lot of things inside the bag itself is not that big. So for example, if you're going on vacation, this really makes it a nice option because it's not going to take up too much space in your suitcase. But then once you've reached your destination and once you're using this bag, then it's very functional and you can fit a lot of stuff. So this is one of my best recommendations in terms of affordable handbags. The last bag from Yves Saint Laurent that I own in my bag collection is the Yves Saint Laurent Kate bag in size medium in black. So full disclosure, I actually did have other Yves Saint Laurent bags, but then I ended up selling them. Like, for example, I had an Yves Saint Laurent sac de jour in size small, which was super duper large in black, and then I ended up selling that one because it really didn't work for me. But yeah, so this is the last one that I have, and it is actually the first one that I ever got from them. And it was my first, you know, kind of like classy bag, kind of bag that like made it look like a look for like a night out or something like that. It was my first bag like of like a dressed up woman, so to speak. So, you know, I was probably, I would say 19 or so when I first got this handbag. And so I was so excited to wear it because it for some reason made me feel very grown up. It was also one of the first expensive bags that I bought with my own money. So, you know, all in all combined, I was really happy to have this bag, and I'm still happy to have it nowadays. It's just I really don't wear it as often as I should. And I think that's because of the chain length for me is a problem, because I'm actually so tall that this really doesn't work for me as a crossbody bag. Normally it is a bag that's intended for crossbody, but it's just for me that really doesn't work. So already because of this, I tend to not gravitate towards the bag. And then I think maybe with the stigma that's not like associated with the brand, it's not Chanel and it's not like Hermes or something or Dior. So I tend to take it out less because it is a brand that's maybe less prestigious, and I still wear the sac de jour a lot because that bag is just more casual. And so I feel like for casual bags, that still works. The brand still works for me. But just for like a classy bag, you know, whenever I have those types of occasions, then I really tend to gravitate more towards like Chanel or, yeah, basically just Chanel. So I haven't taken this bag out very much. But what I will say, and what I really like about it, is that it is very carefree, like a lot more than the Chanel Classic Flap. Because even with a Classic Flap in Caviar, you can still, you know, scratch it, you can still damage it. Here, I mean, I have worn this bag quite a bit, and as you can see, like, it doesn't bother me to do this on my bag. I would not do this with a Classic Flap, even in Caviar leather. But here it's just really, you know, scratchless, and it's like very scratch resistant. So this is great, for example, if you have like super long claws, like I really don't, but if you do have them, then that makes it a really good bag option. Also, maybe if you have little ones, I have had so many spells on this, and as you can see, I mean, really the bag looks brand new. So this is really a good bag option. Maybe if you're starting a designer bag collection, or if you have little ones, or if you're simply, you know, not wanting to commit to taking care of a bag that's like a little bit more, that's like a little bit less carefree, then this would be a really good recommendation. But just for me at the moment, it doesn't work quite well, but I'm also not really ready to get rid of it. So I'm at this stage where I'm like debating. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any recommendations, or, you know, let me know what your thoughts are. I would like to find out. So next up in my bag collection, we have Louis Vuitton. And here, the piece that I most recently acquired from them is the Louis Vuitton Nice Vanity. I think that I went back and forth a lot in between either this size, so just the Nice Vanity, or the Nice Vanity BB, which is like one size down. I wanted both in monogram, so I got monogram. I'm very happy with this. I think that it looks amazing. I love having the monogram. I definitely didn't want it in anything else. I am still, however, a little bit wary about the handle and getting kind of patina on the handle. So if you have any tips on how to avoid getting patina on the handle other than putting a twilly around it, then I would love to hear your thoughts. So please let me know in the comments down below. I went with the size Nice Vanity because I thought that I actually had a lot of products to fit, and I still do, that's for sure. And what I basically wanted to do was to incorporate my skincare, my kind of like toiletries, you know, like toothbrush, toothpaste, etc., and my makeup all in one place. And so basically this really fits everything. So this would be ideal, for example, to go on like a weekend trip or something, because you basically have all of your essentials in one place. You don't have to keep switching from like little pouch to little pouch. So I like that about it. However, I will have to be very honest with you. I actually have never used this on a weekend trip, simply because I haven't had a weekend trip or even like a real trip ever since I got this bag. I've basically bought a house this past year, and so I've been so busy with house renovations, with like, you know, getting the house in the first place, that I'm like, I haven't had time to take a trip. I just went to Canada for like Christmas to see my family, and then that was it. And of course I wasn't gonna bring this because it's not the point, you know, like this would have gotten like looks, let's say, that wouldn't have been necessary, so I didn't take it. But yeah, basically I haven't used it at all, so I am still like kind of wondering on how this would work during a trip. I'm looking forward to really trying it out because I think it's an amazing option. I also did put a bag organizer inside to make sure that I wouldn't have any spills or any stains or anything, so I'm really glad that I did this. By the way, I did do like an organization video of this Nice Vanity on my YouTube channel, so if you're curious also to see what kind of skincare I use, what kind of, you know, makeup I use, then I will go ahead and leave the link to that video in the little information link over here for you to see it. So next up in my bag collection, we have an item that's pretty voluminous and pretty heavy, so I will try to make it fast. It's a Louis Vuitton Keepall in size 55 in monogram Macassar. I really like having this piece. I have used this a couple of times since I got it, because I got it a lot before, because I got it quite a while before getting the Nice Vanity. So I didn't have this entire project of buying a house, of doing these renovations, and so, you know, I was kind of like spending money and time on trips. So I have used this bag. It is very practical. It is very roomy. I mean, this is amazing, you know, for a weekend trip, especially if you have the Nice Vanity on top of that. Then I really think, you know, you only have to include like your clothes here, your shoes, you know, maybe a phone charger, like that style, but you don't have to put in your toiletries. Then this really makes it a lot easier to carry this. I have never, however, I will have to say, taken this on an airplane. I've only taken it on like road trips, so I basically put it like on the back seats of the car, and then it's that easy. So that's why it looks, you know, like it's in amazing condition, because it basically hasn't been ruined by like airplane travels, airplane people. But you know, I'm still kind of on the fence about even bringing it really on an airplane ride. By the way, let me know in the comments down below what you think. If you have one, especially in monogram Macassar, what was it like? You know, did it get damaged quickly? I would love to find that out because I'm still kind of undecided on whether or not I want to bring it on a plane ride. But really like this for road trips. This is amazing. It's roomy, it's practical, fits everything. I mean, really, you can't go wrong with it. I love the fact that it's monogram Macassar. I didn't want to get it in a regular monogram because I really didn't want to have the patina. And I think that here, because there's these like stripes over here on both sides of the bag, I really feel like the patina would have been unavoidable if I got it in the regular monogram. So that's why I'm really happy I got it in monogram Macassar. Really for travel items, I would recommend getting monogram Macassar and not just monogram because they're gonna get damaged a lot quicker. So yeah, I'm really happy that I made this decision with this bag. And lastly, in my Louis Vuitton collection, we have the Louis Vuitton Spiron backpack in Damier Azur. So this is my only bag in Damier Azur, and it's also my only actual handbag or actual bag from Louis Vuitton. The other ones are like basically travel pieces. I do not like carry them like this on the daily. I used to have a Louis Vuitton Neverfull before I got this, and then I ended up selling that one. So this one is no longer part of my bag collection. I still like this one. However, you can see this has been well loved. I mean, basically, you know, the color has changed a lot. I have had a lot of patina over here on the handle as well. I've had to have the bag remade from the inside. There were like entire patches around the edges inside of the lining kind of getting destroyed. So it looked like there was like holes in the bag. So I've had that done, and that has costed like around $300. So not inexpensive, but really worth it if I still wanted to use the bag. This is really nowadays a bag that I use like for hikes and stuff like this. It isn't anymore something that I would bring, you know, for, I don't know, like even days out in the city. I would feel like this isn't good looking enough anymore because of, you know, the damage that has occurred. However, it's still very practical, so that's why I'm keeping it for those like hikes and stuff. I love the fact that it has like a little, where is it? No, here. I love the fact that it has a little side pocket. I think this is really nice, like if you want to put your cell phone there for easy access. You know, that way you don't have to like open it and then kind of look for it in your bag and then close the bag, and then 500 hours later, you still haven't read your text. So this is why I'm still keeping this handbag. It no longer has this wow factor. I am aware of this, but I just wanted to include this in my bag collection because, well, I still have it and I still use it for like hikes and outdoor activities. Next up, we have Prada. And here, this will be super duper short and sweet because I basically only have one bag from them. This is a bag that I got at the outlets, and that, let me tell you, I really regret getting. I really don't feel like this was a good purchase at all, and a good decision on my part. I feel like usually when you go to the outlets, you really have to tell yourself, maybe not to get a bag. I would say that because I really believe that the decisions that you make there are like impulse decisions and are also like buying a price. And I feel like that's exactly what happened here. So it is a bag that I haven't worn maybe in the last like, I don't know, let's say like 5 years or so. Because, well, where to start? First of all, this bag is blue. And I actually wear a lot of black. So I feel like it would be very, very hard to pair it with my outfits. I basically don't really own anything that could, you know, suit this nicely. On top of this, I also feel like this is less maybe of like a summer bag than the other shades of, you know, blue and like light pink and stuff that I've showed you earlier, either from Chanel or from like Yves Saint Laurent. Here it really is kind of like wintry, but then not so much at the same time. It has this weird like color vibe to it. And then I really don't like the shape of this bag. I really feel like it's very unstructured. Like as you see, when I'm holding it like this, it's very slouchy. So this is a type of bag that does not hold its structure well at all. And as I, kind of got more and more into the designer world, I figured out that I really wanted to have structured bags, because the point for me was to have them for as long as possible without them looking old. And I really feel like slouchy, unstructured bags look old really quickly. Sometimes they even look old without actually being old. And here it's kind of what happened. It looks old, it looks like kind of worn out, but then I haven't worn the bag that many times. So I'm like, I'm not really sure what to do with this bag. I feel like I want to wear it, but not in a sense. So I don't want to get rid of it, because I'm trying to tell myself that, like, I don't know why I have this feeling in my head where it would be a really great bag to wear just if I could fix something, or if I could think of like a way to accommodate this, but I really can't. But that's why I don't want to get rid of it. But then, yeah, at the same time, it isn't one of my bag choices. I don't think that I have worn this bag at least, like, not even once in the last 2 years. Yeah, not proud to admit that. So anyway, the takeaway from this is don't buy a bag at the outlets. And now finally, the last brand that I have to show you in my bag collection, it is Burberry, and this is a bag that I really love. Especially, I love using it on hikes. So this is the Burberry medium-sized nylon backpack in black. I cannot tell you how many times I have taken this on hikes, and really, I mean, it still looks brand new. And this bag has been put down like on grass, like not on mud, because I'm not that crazy, but on like, yeah, kind of mulch or something like that. So it really still looks amazing, and it is very practical, kind of like the spur-on backpack from LV that I showed you earlier. To have this front pocket here, that means that you can put your phone and like your key and stuff without having to open the backpack and then kind of reach and then look for something else. In addition, you can also have stuff in 2 side pockets here, so if you want like a face sunscreen or something for like easy access, that's really nice. The fact that it's black really relaxes me a lot. Although I have to say, I was quite concerned at first of getting color transfer from the sunscreen, because obviously I go on hikes in the summer, or kind of like towards when it's like warmer out, and I will of course have sunscreen not just on my face but like on my body, maybe on my shoulders, on my arms. And at first I was so concerned about getting like even a little stain of sunscreen, but actually they wash off super easily. So there have been sunscreen stains on this bag, but they wash off really easily. As you can see, I mean, there are no stains currently. So that's something that's nice. What I will say, however, is the straps are not amazingly comfortable for when you have a tank top. So if you do not have like long sleeves or even short sleeves, so if you have like your shoulders apparent and you're wearing this bag on top, this part is very comfortable. However, this part isn't. And sometimes, depending on how you want to carry your bag, then you might like touch it maybe here or on your back, and that's like not great. But I mean, aside from that, I really think that this bag is very easy to wear. I would recommend it. I actually did get it at the outlets. That is my one like off thing. I got it at the outlets, and I really don't regret this decision. I have worn it a lot, and it still looks great. I think for a hike, like, you don't need a Chanel backpack. Really seems unnecessary. You don't need like any other super duper expensive brand. This one works nicely. I believe that I've paid just over $1,200 for it. So this bag was really a great decision. It is so nice and easy to carry when doing outdoorsy activities. It's really one of my favorite options. So that's it for this video, guys. We have now gone over my 17 handbags, which was so exciting because I love talking about them. I love kind of, playing with them, viewing them, kind of displaying them. So that was really fun for me. Please let me know in the comments down below what you would add to my bag collection, either precise bag models or colors or anything like that. Please let me know what your recommendations are. I would really be eager to find out. I would say personally for me at this stage, I'm looking for a gray handbag, possibly from Chanel, and then something in red as well because I don't have anything at the moment, and also something in tweed from Chanel. So I want the tweed one from Chanel, but the other colors I'm really open to different models and different brands. But let me know if there's something that I'm missing, something that I don't have, something that I should add. I would say at this point I'm pretty happy with what I have, but you know, there's always like the opportunity to add more. I will say that I have slowed down from buying purses. I used to buy a lot of purses per year, and now I've really slowed down. I've, you know, focused more on my house, and I've also focused more on my jewelry collection, which has kind of been growing over the past years. By the way, if you are interested in checking that out, then I will go ahead and leave the link of my entire jewelry collection for 2023 in the little information link over here for you to see it. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.